Again, this is NBC 16 News at 5:30.
It gives us a chance to get out there in the wildland and go directly at this fire.
The Holiday Farm Fire is burning more than 156,000 acres, forcing many out of their homes. But some optimism in the battle tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Mazer. The National Guard has come to help, relieving the sheriff's deputies and state troopers that have been blocking road raids to the fire. NBC 16 is on your side with live team coverage on wildfires around Western Oregon. Our Alan Matthews standing by in the Weather Center tracking down air quality for us. Maria Santora is in the studio with firefighters' efforts to save people in danger zones. Our David Ochoa is live at Roseburg covering the Archie Creek fire in Douglas County. But we are starting out tonight with our Keely McCormick. She's live outside Thurston Middle School following developments from the Holiday Farm Fire all day. Keely, any signs of containment?
Damon Simmons with the fire team says firefighters are working hard to get things under control and get people back in their homes. The number of staff has nearly doubled. 425 people are now out on the fire lines working to get some control on these flames. Simmons told me more people out there means more opportunities to create fire lines and actually fight the fire rather than wait for the fire to come to them. And another positive, the weather is finally starting to work in their favor.
Yeah, having more people out here gives us more opportunities to create fire line, to find places to actually go at the fire rather than the fire, waiting for the fire to come at us.
The National Guard came in to take over blocking highways and roads where sheriff's deputies and police have been for the last few days. More than 300 National Guardsmen will arrive Saturday. Simmons stressed the importance of paying attention to those evacuation levels, and he says he's thankful for the patience of the community. Live outside Thurston Middle School, I'm Keely McCormick. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Keely, thanks for that report tonight. Well, moving now to evacuation orders across Lane and Linn counties. Take a look at this map on your screen. Level 3 Go Now orders are in red and include all areas around Highway 126 from Thurston to the McKenzie Ranger Station. The Mohawk Valley area up to Linn County, including the Brush Creek and Kalapuya areas near Sweet Home. All towns and areas from Lyons and Mahama east to Santiam Junction are also all under Level 3 Go Now. Level 2B set notices. Those yellow areas on the map include the area west of Hill Road off Marcola Road and the McKenzie Ranger Station to the Santiam Junction. Under Level 1 Be Ready notices tonight are in green. The Thurston area from Bob Straub and Jasper Road east to the Thurston Road and Highway 126 intersection, as well as the Fall Creek, Winberry, and Lowell areas, and the Crawfordsville, Green Peter, and Mill areas up by Sweet Home. Here's the latest information on shelters if you need to evacuate. Again, for those evacuating west, the Thurston High School Evacuation Center has moved to Silky Field at Springfield High School. Those evacuating east are encouraged to head toward the Deschutes County Fairgrounds in Redmond. Cottage Grove Masonic Hall is also open. There are restrooms, showers, and a laundry facility. For overnight sheltering, you can get help at the evacuation meeting points, including finding shelter and registering with the American Red Cross, or by calling 541-344-5244. New Hope Baptist Church on Front Street in Creswell is also open 24 hours right now for sheltering. For information, call 541-895-4436. Another press conference with Governor Brown responding to wildfires in Oregon. She says approximately 500,000 Oregonians are currently in an evacuation zone, either at a level 1, 2, or 3. She's urging all of us to heed warnings without clogging roads for those in urgent fire zones. While most people were able to get out safely, rescue crews are not done looking for possible victims.
There are early reports from our state police that there are dozens of missing persons related to the fires, specifically in Jackson, Lane, and Marion counties.
The Oregon Department of Forestry says they're focusing on 16 large fires. They say winds have died down and are now shifting from the life safety focus to a more offensive position. Their goal is to strengthen containment lines along the west side of several area fires. However, the smoke inversion still limits their ability to conduct water drops from the air. Right now, our air quality reaching dangerous levels as smoke from the wildfire holds its grip over the skies.
The air quality index sort of stops at 500. It doesn't go any higher than 500, even when you get to a point where if you keep adding more particles to this cubic meter of air, our air quality is still 500, which is like the worst that it gets.
Right now, the Lane Regional Air Protection Agency says the air quality index is considered hazardous. Experts say the problem is we're breathing particles from the wildfires, essentially wood smoke. Officials say when we breathe in the smallest particles, they can get trapped in our lungs. And over time, if we breathe enough of those particles, they could lead to health problems like respiratory issues and even cancer.
When our air quality is categorized as hazardous, that hazardous is a real word that has meaning, and it is the air right now is harmful to your health to breathe. And whenever you are doing any extraneous exercise or real physical movement, you're taking big deep breaths, you're just inhaling that many more of those small particles that get in your lungs, and they never leave. They're there for the rest of your life.
Officials say you should stay indoors as much as possible, keep your windows closed, and check air filters. Turning to NBC 16's Alan Matthews in the Weather Center tonight. Alan, any reprieve in sight for the Eugene-Springfield area as far as air quality?
Unfortunately not for the weekend. That looks like smoke is going to stay here. Some good news is we do have some rainfall that looks like it's going to start out next week. Dense smoke advisory, though, that is in effect. That was put in effect earlier this afternoon, and that is going to be until 11 o'clock Saturday morning. That's pretty much for Douglas County down in the Roseburg area. And then we have that air quality warning that has been extended. It was extended actually yesterday, and that will be until Monday at noon, and that pretty much covers our entire viewing area. Now, as we take a live look outside, conditions have not improved over the last couple of days. They've kept temperatures down, 68 degrees right now, southwest winds at 5, and our humidity at 52%. So some good news as far as those numbers are concerned. Winds dying down, humidity levels are up a little bit, which means some more moisture is in the air. And we take a look at those wind speeds, especially concentrating in our area. You can see winds relatively calm to maybe about 5 miles per hour. So again, that is helping the firefighting effort. We'll take another look, or a continued look, as to what to expect for our weekend and that chance of rain that we're looking at for next week. We'll do that a little bit later on. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Alan. Well, to Douglas County, the Archie Creek fire northeast of Roseburg has grown more than 8,000 acres overnight. The fire is more than 115,000 acres and still 0% contained. There are 191 fire crews working to control the fire. The cause of the fire is under investigation. To Douglas County, there are some changes tonight to the evacuation notices with the Archie Creek fire. Take a look at these maps. Glide is being moved from level 3 down to level 2, except for Little River Road, Bar L Road, Terrace Road, and Lone Rock Road. Idlewild Park is still at a level 3. In Sutherland, a level 2 warning between Banks Creek Road and Gassy Creek. The areas around Diamond Lake are still at level 3, as are the Dry Creek and Illahee areas off North Umpqua Highway. There are level 2 notices for North Bank Road, River Shore Drive, Single Tree Lane, and Non-Perel Road in the area of Fair Oaks, Fraser Canyon, Bonanza Mine, and Platte Cay. Fire officials say the remainder of Douglas County is under a level 1 Be Ready notice. This is roughly 3,000 people evacuated Douglas County. The Archie Creek fire spreading and causing even more concern tonight. Many headed to the Douglas County Fairgrounds for help. That's where we catch up with our David Ochoa, joining us live in Roseburg tonight with more. David.
Jacqueline, in what is a very difficult time right now, it seems that the main theme in Douglas County is helping out in any way that you can. Just from being here, I've had numerous people asking if anyone needed help with food, car troubles, animal lodging, and many other things.
We got a robocall from the Sheriff's Department telling us get out now.
The Douglas County Fairgrounds has been turned into a safe haven for those forced to evacuate because of the Archie Creek fire. Gay and Dory Rocha live about 10 miles south of Glide. They say they've lost a house to a fire before, so when they got the call, they didn't wait.
We jumped up and crammed everything and drove over to the neighbor's place where we could park a car. He's got a gravel area. We thought it'd be safe to park one. Parked one there and then hot-footed into town.
But they're also looking at the positive. They say without the fire, they never would have met some great people who are trying to help.
Everybody's coming up and giving us water, you know, and they'd walk up and say, do you need something? And one guy came up and said, do you need some money? We'd never seen that before. Just walking up and saying, well, what are you doing? How can we do this? Well, we just want to help.
The fire has inspired many people in Douglas County to help in any way they can.
Our house is not under too much. It's not in too much danger, but I wanted to get my family out because that way I didn't have to worry about them as I'm trying to help other people up in the Glide area.
From the local government to local businesses to private citizens, the community has come together.
Everybody's just hanging tight and just waiting to sucker out because there's not much anybody can do. The morale of everybody seems to be pretty good, and everybody is extremely willing to help each other out, which is awesome.
People have been so helpful that when the word got out that the Red Cross needed some washcloths and towels, the response was overwhelming. I talked to one volunteer who said that they might have even more towels than Costco right now. Reporting live from the Douglas County Fairgrounds, I'm David Ochoa. Jacqueline?
All right, thanks, David. Positive story this evening. Moving to Coos County, the North Bank Lane fire remains at 350 acres and is 30% contained. Coos Forest Protection Association says the fire did not grow overnight. CFPA says crews are working on containment lines and mop-ups should begin soon. The North Bank Road remains closed from Bandon to Coquille. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Tonight, families who left their homes in a moment's notice are anxious to get back, but it's still too dangerous in some communities. Tammy Mutasa from our Seattle sister station talked to families who've been running for their lives as different wildfires around the state close in.
Good evening. Families are literally running for their lives as different wildfires around Oregon are closing in. Some families are anxious to pick up the pieces and start heading back into Vida, but you can see the road right here is closed unless they're getting emergency medicine or their animals.
She had sadness in her voice, and I could totally tell.
It was the kind of call where Nyla Garner knew her hopes had been ruined. Her neighbor told her their dream home in Vida had burned to the ground.
She said, I don't know how to tell you, but your house is gone.
She and her husband left their Vida home on Monday after a Go Now alert on their phone jumped them out of bed. The clothes she's wearing now were all donated.
We just scrambled. It was almost like the Keystone Cops. We didn't know what to grab. We didn't pack. Who knows what to do when you're going through this.
150 miles away on the Oregon coast.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. It's scary.
Jackie Wilson was also forced to scramble out of her home in Otis as the Echo Mountain fire scorched Lincoln County. She made her way to Eugene and was lucky to get one of the last rooms at this hotel.
This hotel? Kudos to these people.
She says they've been packed with families from all over Oregon who've lost everything or who don't know what's left.
Everything is full. Everything is full because there's forest fires all around here right now. Oregon is on fire.
As the flames continue their warpath, they're leaning on each other, taking it one day at a time.
I mean, everybody's been so beautiful. You can't even believe what people have done to reach out to us in our greatest time of need.
Now, firefighters on the Holiday Farm fire say it is priority to get people into their homes, and they're working in several areas to make that happen. But again, the first priority is always safety first. In Springfield, I'm Tammy Mutasa.
Thanks for that report, Tammy. We appreciate it. Now, NBC 16 News is on your side, keeping you up to date on fires in Western Lane County. Be sure to visit our website, NBC16.com, our Facebook page at KMTR News, or download our app. Coming up on your only local news at 5:30, volunteer firefighters are stepping up to help out in the Holiday Farm fire, a heroic act from the Junction City Department.